Ever wondered why patience seems to be that elusive virtue, especially as a parent? It's a conundrum that many fathers ponder. As the head of the household, the role of a dad is multifaceted, filled with responsibilities and challenges that test your patience to its very limits. One of these challenges is dealing with anger and impatience. We've all been there. The moment when the noise level in the house reaches a crescendo, the toys are strewn across the floor, deadlines at work are looming, and it feels like your patience is a thin thread about to snap. The frustration bubbles up, and before you know it, you've raised your voice or said something you regret. You're not alone in this. It's a common scenario in many households. This anger and impatience, though, while natural and human, can cast a shadow over the family environment. It can create tension, breed resentment, and even impact the emotional and psychological development of our children. They watch us, learn from us. Our actions and reactions become their blueprint of how to navigate the world. So, what happens when a dad loses his temper? When patience runs out? The effects can be profound. Studies have shown that children exposed to high levels of anger and impatience can grow up to be anxious, aggressive, or even have low self-esteem. Now, this doesn't mean you're a bad parent if you've lost your cool. It simply means you're human, but as dads, we owe it to ourselves and our families to strive for better, to learn how to manage our anger and cultivate patience. The good news is, there are ways to overcome these challenges, and they are found in the Bible. Yes, the Bible provides hope and guidance in dealing with these very human emotions. It offers wisdom that can help transform us from impatient, angry dads into patient, understanding ones who lead with love and kindness. And that's what we'll explore in the next scenes. To address anger and impatience, first we need to understand them from a biblical perspective. Anger in itself isn't inherently evil. It's a natural human response to injustice, hurt, or frustration. However, it's how we respond to this emotion that truly matters. The Bible offers us guidance on this subject. Take Ephesians 4:26-27, for instance. The Apostle Paul writes, "In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold." This passage reminds us that feeling anger isn't a sin, but it's essential that we don't let it control us or lead us to act in harmful ways. Then we have James 1:19-20, which advises everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry, because human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires. This verse urges us to exercise patience, to listen more than we speak, and to be slow to anger. It's a reminder that our anger, if not managed properly, can lead us astray from living a righteous life. Lastly, let's consider Proverbs 14:29. Whoever is patient has great understanding, but one who is quick-tempered displays folly. This proverb highlights the value of patience and the wisdom it brings. It contrasts this with the folly that comes from a quick temper, again emphasizing the importance of managing our anger and fostering patience. These verses collectively provide a biblical perspective on anger and patience. They guide us to understand our emotions, manage our reactions, and strive for patience and understanding. They remind us that while anger is a natural response, it needs to be handled with care to prevent it from leading us to sin or folly. When we feel anger or impatience bubbling up within us, let's remember these verses. Let's strive to be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Let's aim to be patient, understanding, and wise in our actions and reactions. As we can see, the Bible encourages us to be slow to anger and abundant in patience. Now, let's delve into the biblical solutions to overcoming anger. The first solution is recognizing your triggers. Just like a ship's captain who navigates around stormy seas, you too should identify what stirs up the waves of anger within you. It could be a stressful work environment, lack of sleep, or even certain conversations. Once you understand your triggers, you can better navigate your emotional seas. The second solution is practicing self-control. Proverbs 25:28 tells us that a man without self-control is like a city broken into and left without walls. Self-control is our defense against the onslaught of anger. It's about stepping back, taking deep breaths, and choosing not to react impulsively. Remember, you have the power to control your reactions. Next, seek God's help through prayer. James 5:16 states, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." If anger is a storm, then prayer is the anchor that holds us steady. In moments of anger, pause and invite God into your situation. Ask Him for peace, wisdom, and the strength to respond in a way that honors Him. Finally, apply biblical teachings in daily life. The Bible is filled with wisdom on how to handle anger. Ephesians 4 verse 26 advises, "In your anger, do not sin." This means expressing your feelings without causing harm to yourself or others. It's about resolving conflicts constructively and forgiving, just as God forgives us. Incorporating these solutions into your life may not be easy, and that's okay. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's a process that requires patience, persistence, and grace. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. God is with you every step of the way, ready to guide and support you. As Psalm 46 verse 1 assures us, God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Remember, overcoming anger is a journey, not a destination. It takes consistent effort and reliance on God's guidance. Equally important is cultivating patience. Here are some steps to do so as guided by the Bible. Firstly, practice empathy. It's easy to be impatient when we're solely focused on our own needs and wants. But when we put ourselves in the shoes of others, we understand their perspectives better, and it becomes easier to exercise patience. Remember, as the Bible says in Ephesians 4:2, be completely humble and gentle. Be patient, bearing with one another in love. Empathy is a key ingredient to patience. Secondly, understand the value of patience in character building. The book of James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4 tells us, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything." Trials, as challenging as they may be, are opportunities for us to grow in patience and perseverance. They shape our character, making us more mature and complete. Lastly, rely on God's strength in challenging situations. Our own human strength is limited, but God's is unlimited. When we're faced with situations that test our patience, we can turn to God for help. Isaiah 40:31 tells us, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." When we hope in the Lord, our strength is renewed, and we are equipped to handle whatever comes our way with patience and grace. In summary, cultivating patience involves practicing empathy, understanding the role of trials in character building, and relying on God's strength in difficult situations. The beauty of patience is that it not only benefits us, but also those around us. Patience, like any other virtue, takes practice, but with God's help, we can become more patient dads. To summarize, the Bible offers practical guidance on overcoming anger and cultivating patience. We've discussed how the Bible views anger not as an inherently bad emotion, but one that requires control and understanding. We've also touched on the importance of patience, which the Bible highlights as a virtue of love and a reflection of God's character. The steps to overcome anger, as we have discussed, include recognizing triggers, seeking God's help through prayer, and practicing forgiveness. Cultivating patience, on the other hand, involves practicing empathy, focusing on the bigger picture and relying on God's strength in moments of impatience. The journey may be challenging, but remember, each day is an opportunity for growth and improvement. We're not just doing this for ourselves, but also for our children whom we love. Remember, as fathers, our goal is to create a loving, peaceful environment for our children. Let's make the effort to overcome anger and cultivate patience, and in doing so, reflect God's love and patience towards us.